And CRTV host Michelle Malkin, former deputy assistant to the president, Fox News national security strategist Sebastian Gorka. I want to be very clear, Michelle. Nobody has a monopoly. There are horrible Republicans out there, horrible people in general. That's not what I'm describing here. I am describing systematically, because of politics, the Clintons were protected by the media, and they went out and just abused these women again and again and smeared them to death, even up to and including through the election last year.
That's right, Sean, and this is not ancient history. You're going to have all of these liberal wheedlers out there asking, oh, why is Sean Hannity and Michelle Malkin and Sebastian Gorka talking about Bill Clinton? It's because so much of the mess that we're in now is a result and legacy of the Clinton victim smear machine. These two are the godparents, Hillary and Bill Clinton, the godparents of victim-shaming smear tactics. And now we've got this case where you've got all of these liberal media journalists who are tying themselves in yoga knots to try and reconcile their own roles and their own culpability in enabling the Clinton smears against all of his accusers and victims with the left-wing feminist ideology of believing all women. And now what we know, of course, is it's not revelation. It's merely confirmation, Sean, that the idea that we should believe all women has an exception. Really, the rules for Radicals 2017 has always been that you should believe all women except when they are accusing liberal Democratic men and liberal Hollywood weirdos. There's a second corollary to that unwritten rule that is now being exploded and exposed for the farce that it is. And that second corollary is this, Sean and Dr. Gorka, it's this, that all women must be respected, unless, of course, they are female Republicans, conservatives, pro-lifers, stay-at-home moms, and gun owners. I have lived this for the past 25 years in public life, along with all of the women who have been smeared by leftists in the media and in the Democrat Party. We're always treated as less than women, as less than human. And when we have called out the misogyny and the hypocrisy and the double standards of the left, we get attacked even more. The hypocrisy and double standards are thicker than Thanksgiving gravy.
All right, Dr. Gorka.
Wow, I don't know how I follow that. Michelle's absolutely right, but let me expand the optic here. There's the issue of the absolute double standards on the left. So now, 30 years later, they find morality. So it's okay if Al Franken admits to it, then it just disappears as an issue. You look at Bob Menendez, Senator Menendez. We're not going to cover that story, but we don't have the proof on Judge Moore, and he's the problem. So number one, Sean, it's the unbelievable level of double standards. But the second thing is, beyond that, it's what Cheryl Atkinson has written about in her book Smear. It's the persistent smear tactics, just making stuff up because it's politically expedient to your friends. How is it that you have all these individuals who are supposed to be journalists, but they literally manufacture stories out of nothing to attack the president? Sometimes it's trivial. You remember recently the fish feeding event in Japan, right, where they crop out that the president is actually doing exactly what his host did before. Why? Because it's expedient to make the president look bad. Or it gets far more serious. CNN is going to say that James Comey is going to counter everything the president said about the FBI investigating him or not. It goes on and on and on because it's all about politics. It's never about the truth, Sean. It's never just about journalism.
All right, Dr. Gorka, we're going to keep Michelle, so I want to give you one more quick question here. What happens? How do you ascertain? Charlie Rose is admitting it. Franken, we have the picture. Some cases you have evidence. Clinton's over time were revealed that these things had happened. What do you do when it is he said, she said? How do people ascertain the difference in an environment where allegations are flying? Some people deny them, say it didn't happen.
It's all about two things. The credibility of the source. Is the individual credible, and can it be corroborated? The big problem we have today, Sean, is we don't have investigative journalists anymore. The people like Sarah Carter, they are so rare today. They give a 21-year-old kid a computer and access to Google, and they call him a journalist. That's how Politico works. That's how HuffPo works. You can get to the bottom of this, but you've got to wear out shoe leather. You've got to talk people to talk. You've got to corroborate the stories, and that just isn't done anymore. It's just accusations thrown out there for political damage.
Dr. Gorka, thank you for being with us. Michelle will continue.